So today I just came on here just to talk about some of the ways you can prevent yourself from acquiring the coronavirus. Number one, which is the main thing, is to always wash your hands. And for me, I would advise people to not even to wait for your hands to be soiled. As long as you've been touching people, touching items, you're in the public, you're in a public transit, you've been touching anywhere for a certain period of time, even if your hands are not soiled, try to wash your hands frequently, more frequently than you usually do. Try to wash your hands more frequently with warm water and soap, and also keep using the alcohol-based sanitizers as much as you can. Whenever you remember, at least use it and carry them with you everywhere. And the other thing is to try to maintain distance with people. And people might not be, might not have signs of coughing or sneezing, but since this virus is spread through airborne, it's better to try as much as possible not to be in too close proximity, to be too close to people, even if they are just talking to you face to face and they're too close to you. At this moment, like you would, I'm even worried about the saliva that the person, you might just, not speed, it's not speeding, but accidentally it can go on your face. So since this virus is very dangerous and the way it's spreading is very fast, let's try to maintain distance with people, even if you are even if you are inside your house with your family and not into the public, because when you're in a public you should even maintain a very good distance from people, especially the ones who have colds or are sick, because you never know whether they have the virus or not. But even if you're with your family members, try not to be in a close distance with them, because you don't know where they were walking, where they've been the whole day, and even touching them or touching whatever they are touching. And for me, with contact, I will just add on people. When you are family, we tend to share cups, to share plates, to share spoons, and some people even share clothes. Some people might even wear someone's clothes after they take it off the next day and they can't find something, they might put it on. So I would advise people not to even share such things, because you never know. With clothes there is sweating, with spoons it might not have been cleaned well, with cups everyone puts their mouth on the cups. So I would advise people to try and use the same utensils that you're using, and try to talk to everybody that you share such things with, to keep their thing, to maintain using the same things that they are using, and to clean them immediately after they are used. Even if you have a dishwasher at home, we tend to keep things in the sink and put them later in the dishwasher. But let's, for the sake of such for the sake of this virus, let's at least wash the stuff with soap and hot water or warm water, and then put them in the dishwasher, just to prevent people from sharing them when they're still dirty. And it can also transmit this virus. So we should also try not to touch ourselves, because you don't know where you touched. Let's try to prevent our hands, which is a very difficult thing to do, but let's try to prevent our hands going to touching our mouth, nose, eyes all the time. Let's try to, at least if you remember, before you touch yourself, just get your sanitizer, rub your hands, and then maybe you can touch yourself. It's a very difficult thing, because it's usually you do it unconsciously, but for the sake of what's happening right now, I think it's important to try to prevent touching ourselves from those areas. The other thing, please people, if you're sneezing or you have a cough, try to cover your mouth. I've been in traveling with public transit a lot, and it's still happening, and I see people in the, especially in the trains, they sneeze like without even caring about people who are close to them. I've been close to someone who once sneezed, and I felt it on my skin, and I immediately just got away from that person, because first of all, the action of that is disgusting, but people do it anyway. So for the sake of the coronavirus spreading or transmitting from person to person, let's try to use a tissue, sneeze, cough, use a tissue, and if you're in the house, please flush it immediately. I think it's better to flush it than even to put it in the garbage, because some people open the garbage and then they check for something. I don't know, but I'm just being maybe paranoid a little bit. But if you're in the house, if you're close to a toilet, just flush it, and try to cover your nose with your elbow and your mouth with your elbow, so you don't sneeze on people, or just try to prevent those fluids from going to the air as much as you can. And let's try to wear masks if we can, or if you have it, and if you haven't got one, please buy one just for emergency if it gets worse and you have to use it. And I would say it's not even good to wait for it to be worse. Just prevent yourself, especially people who are in the healthcare providers. I think it's very important for us to have those masks on right now, as much as we can, because we're in contact with a lot of people around us, and you don't know who has this virus. So let's try to use the masks, sneeze using tissues or your elbow, do something, but don't sneeze on people or in the air. Try as much as you can. So lastly, if anybody has, or you have some signs of flu, cold that are persistent, or you feel like it's different from what a normal cold, like fever, coughing, having respiratory difficulties like breathing, please seek medical attention as soon as possible, because for now, as per the information that I'm reading from the internet and from information from healthcare givers, we don't know about any treatment, any treatment that will fully treat this virus, because it's more of treating the signs and symptoms of the disease, but not exactly treating the core of what's causing those symptoms. So let's try to seek medical attention as soon as you feel those unusual signs of fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing, and stay home so you don't spread this virus more. You don't spread this virus to other people, and even to make yourself worse. Thank you so much for watching, and please keep yourself updated on any information, any updates, any new information about this coronavirus. All right, stay well.